Yo, his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, but he's nervous. But on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. Everybody's choking out. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Wendy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. And before we get started, everyone check out at Hey David Don, at King Mavs Forever over on the Twitter. You got Standoff Chart and King Mavs over on the Veve app. You got Kobe Collects Only Player One on the YouTube. Also on the YouTube, you got Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Golden Assets, Puddin' Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Charles Merkel, Veve Darklink, Cavell Anderson, and Veve Vibes, all on the YouTube. Also, please subscribe if you're new to the channel. Again, you have Powers of X #1 over here, Kobe Collects down here. You got at Wet Wizard Veve, Gary O at 1234CA3, all on the Twitter. DerekBrad.com/pages/Veve-photography, and WoundedWarriorProject.org. So, happy Super Bowl Sunday, everyone. This is a fantastic day. Unfortunately, the Bengals did not win. We could not avenge Harambe. That was unfortunate. I did have I got to see a lot of really cool friends. That's really fun. I will get into this amazing, fantastic trailer that we have and all of the information. I'm a big Lord of the Rings Tolkien fan, and I do believe I do want to wait for a couple people to get here. So I will get to that in a minute. But we do have I will be probably the next 2 weekends. I might not be here just because I do have a what do you call it? Going to a friend's cabin in the woods this weekend, and my girlfriend's cabin in the woods on 4th of March. That's her birthday. So I will be here next weekend. This weekend might be a little bit odd, might be a little bit different. I will let you guys know. But yeah, it looks like we're getting a couple people here, so I'll get right to it. The Lord of the Rings trailer that we just got for the Super Bowl, there's a bunch of Super Bowl spots, and I'll probably try to do videos, or I'll try to do things that pertain to Veve and Omi in the future as they come out, like Doctor Strange. We do have Captain Carter confirmed, and we do have Zombie Captain America confirmed, so hopefully those pump a little bit. That'd be very nice and exciting. But the big Lord of the Rings one, why? Because Lord of the Rings, MGM Studios, which has the rights to it, was bought by Amazon. That's acquired by Amazon. And guess what? We have a partnership with MGM Studios, which is absolutely amazing. So be advised, guys, like, the studio paid about $250 million, if not more, in order to get just the rights from Tolkien, from the Tolkien estate, and then spent another $250 million just to get the people on there. One of them being Tom Shippey. If anyone like me ever got all of the Lord of the Rings DVDs, like the director's cuts and the special effects and all of that different bonus features, you'll notice him. He could pretty much answer every single lore question of Tolkien that you have. Like, how many languages do the elves have? And there's a lot of them. There is old school, like the Second Age, where this is going to take place. It covers 3,000 years of history. So I'm not 100% sure which ones actually are going to be in it, but again, Tom Shippey is going to be able to go and answer any questions you have. I'm not sure if he has a Twitter yet. He was at Comic-Con like 2 years ago. I remember him being there answering a couple of things about this. And you do have, like I said, the elves. Anyone of major importance is probably going to be there, like the elves. The elves are going to be there. I think you have Lady Galadriel in there. You have the Númenóreans, which Aragorn descends from. And then you do have Sauron. This is basically the story of how Sauron tricks the elves into forging the Ring of Power, like the one ring to rule them all. So he tricks them into doing that. It's the forging of the Rings of Power. It's really, really, really cool. I cannot wait for it. And Sauron isn't just like this evil, dark entity that we see in the movies. He actually does have an angelic form. He's got this crazy elf-like form. He's like a shapeshifter, and that's how he tricks the elves into forging this one ring for him. You also have John Howe, who is the set director, who's going to be on here as well. That's one of the people that they got to be able, that Peter Jackson went to early to say, like, hey, we have some concept art we need to run past you. We need you to develop all this stuff so that you can get to the set directors on this, so you can be able to go and create all the sets for Lord of the Rings, the original trilogy. I think he used them again for The Hobbit. But yeah, they have him. So it's all hands on deck. You have Tom Shippey, you have John Howe, you have a bunch of people. Be advised, you're probably gonna get Lady Galadriel. You might have Lord Elrond. You're probably gonna have him. again, Numenorians, which descend from the elves, and then you have Aragorn, which descends from the Numenorians. He's not going to be in it because in the Lord of the Rings, he was like 88 or maybe 100 years old. He was pretty old, even though he looks pretty normal. He might age. Elves are essentially immortal unless they choose to die, like Arwen. Numenorians are more like maybe like Ahsoka Tano. Like Ahsoka Tano is how old is she? Like 50? You know, in the maybe not that old. Yeah, maybe she's close. Maybe she's like 50 in the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. She's around that old. And the Numenorians, like I said, you know, Aragorn's like 88 to 100 years old in Lord of the Rings, and he looks great. He looks younger than I do. So he looks fantastic. The anyone of significance is going to be older. I don't think you'll see any of like Gimli's family tree or family line like the dwarves. Legolas, I think, is going to be too young, but a lot of the other elves you'll see a lot of the major Numenorians, and Gandalf you won't see. You might see other wizards, but again, Sauron is not going to be in his armor. He's going to be in his angelic form. Also, I'm going to go and go to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to like this video, and if everyone could smash that like button, that would be super fantastic. And because we have the licenses with MGM, it stands to reason that we would have some Lord of the Rings licenses. Now, before we go and we get this, we might have some Aragorn, we might have Legolas, we might have Gimli, we might have like the original Fellowship. Boromir would be really fun. All the Hobbits are okay. If you play the video games, like the Two Towers on PS2, the Hobbits really are not that good if you play them, but as NPCs, as if you're playing like Legolas or Gimli or whoever, and you're in like the dungeon in the Mines of Moria, and you're fighting this troll, you see Frodo just like, ah! Like you see him go mad. It's like, Frodo, where's all this fight when I'm playing as you? He doesn't have it. But because he has the Mithril, because he has, you know, the sword that Bilbo gives him when orcs on it, like, he's very, very good when you're not playing him. Either way, like I said, I thoroughly enjoy this. I hope they have NFTs of the rings, of the languages, there are so many items that they could do with Lord of the Rings. Just fire arrows of Bree, normal arrows, orc arrows. Just like there is just in arrows alone, and swords and long bows, short bows, recurved bows. Like there's so many things that Legolas have. You have Boromir's horn, you have Aragorn's horn, you have Aragorn's bow. There's just them in general, not including all the weaponry inside Middle Earth, but the like Gimli's axe, Gimli's throwing axes. Like there's so many different things that you could have. They could do this. This is not like Marvel or Pokemon, but they could do that for. They could have one Lord of the Rings drop per week, and they could go for years, like years. Like they can go like, you know, well, Chavez, that's 52 drops each year. Yes, and they could do that for years. A lot of people just really know Lord of the Rings, the original trilogy. Some more people know The Hobbit, but this second age again covers 3,000 years. That is so much freaking time. So I digress. I'm very excited for this. I'm going to again. Why do we have MGM? Well, it was announced when we had James Bond, which has MGM. We have Rocky. We have all these things. Like I said, I'm very excited. So I'm going to get to comments real quick. Sorry for the rant, but I needed to do that. Again, happy Super Bowl Sunday. Unfortunate, Harambe could not be avenged, but maybe next year. Garrett says, "Yo, Pavlis Hanamaravis says, let's get this bread. Let's go." Omar Kasaje says, "Good evening." General 8 says, "Let's go." Gary O says, "Let's get that bread. Go Rams." Oh, no. You got Eunice Sanchez says, "Let's go, Randy." What's up, brother? How's it going? Justin says, "Pags 1 for 1." Pags 1 for 1. David Capon says, "Lord of the Rings." I believe so. Water is so good. Halal says, "Bro, did you see the multiverse trailer?" I saw part of the... So, it looks like in Doctor Strange, there's going to be multiple of him. Like, remember in the What If series, there's a version of Doctor Strange that's, you know, held in this one little capsule thing? And the Watcher kind of says, like, "Hey, can you look out for this for me?" And Doctor Strange's like, "Yeah, I'll look out." I think he escapes. There's going to be a couple of... Like I said, I'm going to have to do a couple of different videos on each of the trailers that we got. Jurassic Park. Guess what? We have 3 different Jurassic Park partnerships. Pretty sure we can... Oh my god, the cast looks so good. They still look amazing. Like all of the like the halftime show. Like, why did I just do Eminem? Because he's in the halftime show. Sorry, Dashy. I thought there was someone behind me, but you would get him, right, Dashy? Is there someone behind me? All right. Rat God Randy, sheesh. I know, right? That's my jam. Like that was my jam. Like I felt so attacked when I saw this meme. Hang on. Um, it was the meme that says, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh no! Basically, it was a meme that says like, all the dads when they hear Eminem at the halftime show, like, oh, and it's like, I'm not a dad though. I'm not a dad. Avengers. It's like Avengers 5 look lit AF, and it's just everyone on there. Dude, the memes were so heckin' fire. They were so amazing. Like when The Rock was out, the look you make when you've had 12 beers and hear someone call your name. They were so much fun. There's all right. So anyway, I'll get back to comments. Dylan says, "Let's go." Rob says, "What's up, everyone? What's up, Ginferno?" Says, "How much crypto adver-" So that's the other thing. So they had a bouncing like they had a bouncing crypto thing, and I was able to take a picture. I was able to scan it. I went to Coinbase, but what they did with Coinbase when I went to go and do the thing, or was it? All they did was, all right. I know you're in screenshots. I know you're in screenshots. I don't know why it is not letting me do the thing right now. Lord of the Rings. Oh yeah, here it is. That's all it gave me. I went to, so I know it's from Coinbase. I know you could enter to win like $3 million, but yeah, I digress. Moving on. Ryan Romantic says, "Let's get this bread." Aldous has this nice rap on the open. Bring it. Straight fire. Straight fire, Aldous. Freddie Mercury, what's going on? Hello, Randy, and hi, Dashi. David Capon's huge Lord of the Ring and Hobbit fan too. Let's get it. Can't wait. Pablo says, Lord of the Rings NFT, I would sell my whole portfolio, but there's a lot of people that would. That's a major, major, major franchise. Like, that's up there with Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter does, get a lot of girls like Harry Potter as well. Not as many girls like Lord of the Rings. Maybe because of Aragorn, maybe because there's a lot of good-looking guys in there, like Orlando Bloom as Legolas. Fantastic. Looks heckin' fantastic. I don't know if anyone else has seen this TikTok where they're talking about who's the guy that plays Green Goblin? I forget his name. That guy. And there's like, oh yeah, William Dafoe. I like 20 years ago he was good looking, and then this girl's like, oh no, I want William Dafoe now. Like I would jump his old bones. Like so, there are some girls that would maybe like Lord of the Rings, but for the most part, it is a guy's thing. Harry Potter is a little bit more popular, unfortunately. But I would say there's for Lord of the Rings, there's a lot more hardcore people. Now, like there's a South Park episode of Lord of the Rings where they have to bring a tape back to like Blockbuster, or else they like pay a late fee or something, so they go on an adventure. It's a really fun episode. It's so hysterical. Jimmy's in it. Jimmy. It's one of the funniest episodes I think South Park has ever done. Let me see what it is, because I don't want to misdirect you to say South Park Lord of the Rings, although South Park Lord of the Rings episode. It's I put Lord episode. What episode of South? Oh, no, it's not Lord. All right, hold on. I gotta Google it. South Park Lord of the Rings. Okay. So it is called The Return of the Fellowship of the Ring to the Two Towers. Season 6, Episode 13. Hysterical. You gotta watch it. David Capon says, for reals, Pablo. Mr. Collector says, let's freaking go! Pablo says, I'm a die-hard fan. A lot of people are. A lot of money will be spent. David Capon says, too bad the Hobbit movies weren't too good, but the book is dope and on par with Lord of the Rings. I heard the book was excellent. But, when they had, one book each for each movie for the original trilogy, and then they had, one book split up into 3 movies, it's, a little harder to do that. That's why I think they fell short a little bit. Yeah. Pablo says, I'm very salty about the Hobbit movies. A lot of people are. But, Benedict Cumberbatch as Smaug was pretty good. Pretty heckin' good. David Capon says, yep, we don't need to talk about that. I was very sad. Oh, well, hopefully the TV series is great. Well, I mean, if they're spending, again, $500 million before they ever set, I mean, obviously they're in production now, but they're spending Game of Thrones money on this. This is going to be epic. This is going to bring a whole new generation into Lord of the Rings, and I cannot be more excited for it. Like they're taking, oh my god, just look at who they're getting. Like again, just the two people I mentioned, not including all the writers from like Breaking Bad and Dexter and Toy Story and just all the, oh my god, it's gonna be so heckin' good. I can't wait to start making more and more videos and more stuff about it as we get more trailers. I was like, you don't understand. Moving on. Daniel Marquez's comment. Halal says, I'm thinking we might get Null, the symbiote god, in this Doctor Strange movie. The dude with the 8 arms looks sort of like him. Sorry about that. I was hydrating. Sorry for the dead air. But yes, I hope so as well. Travas Gregory says, I give you mad props for what you do. Keep up the awesome work. Oh, why thank you, Travas. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Mars Ultor the Avenger says, Rings of Power already look horrible. Utmost woke garbage. What? Get out of my house. Get out of my house. That looks great. I cannot wait for it. I'm pretty sure most people, like, again, this should be like the best parts of Game of Thrones. Like, this is gonna be really good, and I can't wait for it. Tablo says, how do you remember all this? Do you have a photographic memory? No. So when Lord of the Rings came out, my birthday is December 15th, and Lord of the Rings each year would come out around my birthday back in December in the early 2000s, and ask a buddy of mine, we'll call him Kurz. I didn't have good internet. Like, I had dial-up internet until I was in high school. So when those movies came out and the games came out, and then years later they came out on DVD, I like the computer that I had might as well not have been a computer. So all I did was I would play the games, and I would, like, up until that time, it was Pokemon, it was Nintendo, it was everything. And then, not that I stopped playing a Nintendo or Pokemon, but I watched these in conjunction with that. Like, I would go from Timmy is an average kid, no one understands, until it was like, for Frodo, just like going like that. That's just what it was. It was so good. I was so enthralled by these movies. I was so enthralled by the games and the lore that I immersed myself in it, and I just, like, how do I know all this? Because I watched the DVDs over and over and over. I remember having the Fellowship of the Ring. It was not on DVD. It was on VHS. Yes, that is how old I am, and that's just. I remember. I pretty much. There was a time where I remembered not the whole movie word for word, but a good part of that first movie word for word. Because, like, also, when I was a kid, I didn't know anything about this. I thought that it was Lord of the Rings, and, like, I can't believe the way it ended. Like, they leave us on a cliffhanger. I didn't know that there were books. I didn't know that there was a whole mess of lore with it. I was like for weeks after that, like, cannot believe the way the Lord of the Rings movie ended. And then, of course, I found out later, like, oh, hey, there's books. Oh, hey, there's actual lore. There's multiple different facets of stuff. So I just remember that because that's what I did. We didn't have computers back in the day. Or I did, but I just didn't have access to them. Veve Vibes says, stoked for Lord of the Rings, me too. David Capon says, what would your top Lord of the Rings collectible be if you had to pick one character? Oh, that's a good one. Honestly, Legolas got really cool scenes. They got progressively cool in each movie. Like, in the first scene, being able, like, there is a orc. There is a cave troll that is just hitting orcs while also hitting the enemy, while hitting, like, our heroes. And Legolas is just dodging these chain whips. And then, he dodges, and the whip wraps around it, and he hops on the chain, walks on the chain, like he's freaking Undertaker on the top rope when he's about to do Snake Eyes. And then he goes, and he, 3 arrows, and then, he hops off of the arc, because it doesn't do anything on the cave troll's head, and the cave troll's like, and then, like, I was like, in the throat, it's like, that was, like, the coolest. I was like, he just destroyed a cave troll with a bow and arrow. And then the second movie, where, like, it's like, like, I don't know why I'm thinking Transformers, but he kills an orc, or he kills an Uruk-hai with his elven blade, and then he takes the armor off him, rips it off his chest, rolls it on the ground like a skateboard, and he runs down it, surfing down the stairs, and arrows on the enemy, and then boom, and he lifts up his leg and onto another Orokai. That was the coolest crap when I was like 12 years old. You do not, like, you cannot lose. It could be the Super Bowl. You could be down 39-2 in the fourth quarter with 37 seconds left with Legolas on your team, and you are not going to lose. He took down an elephant, a heckin' elephant in the third movie. Lord of the Rings, like, Aragorn goes to Legolas, a like 5'9", elven, thin, slender man guy, and he says, elephant, and like Aragorn, what the fuck? Like, it's like when Ash told Pikachu, hey, there's a giant 40-foot tentacruel attacking the city, and Pikachu's just like, Ash, that is some Godzilla shit happening over there, and I'm a 3-foot mouse. What do you want me to do? But Legolas, like, yeah, I got this. And all of the arrows that are on the elephant, just like, he's climbing them. He's rock climbing with his hands. And, boom, with the elven blade taking off the ropes that's carrying on all of these, like, God of War looking guys. Takes on the other one. He goes out, and then he does it. He takes on an elephant. If I was JR, I was like, by God, I don't know, RKO out of nowhere. And he just slides down the hook. He does it like it's nothing. There is no wonder why the men defended Helm's Deep at the Deeping Wall, everything. Why? Because they had an army of elephant killers with them. 500 elves come from Lord Elrond. Like, it's absolutely bananas. Legolas carries the freaking team. I don't care. Like, don't at me about this. I will heckin' fight you to say anyone is better than Legolas. I'm sorry. I need an aspirin. So, apologies about that. I had to get that out. Excuse me. Moving on here. So, David, come on. If it wasn't obvious, Legolas, 100% Legolas. Alice says, I've read the Silmarillion, ready for more Lord of the Rings. I've tried to read that book, so I couldn't get through that book. I've tried so many times. Try again at some point. I don't have time. Maybe there's an audiobook. Moving on. Justin says, I want the NFTs to look top tier. Same, fam. Dr. Strange says, what's good, Randy? Multiverse of Madness have some insane cameos and crowd. I can't wait. I have to watch that again. I have to wait for it to come out on YouTube. I have to go through it frame by frame by frame by frame. And then I'll do another video on it. I promise. I will go over it, whether it's in a live, whether it's in the video. Oh God! Don't look at me. Sorry, I love this. I love this shirt. Moving on. BB Vibe says Gandalf would have to be top. Likely though, King Thranduil or the Witch King of Angmar would both be sick NFTs too. I mean, there's a lot. Like, dude, Gandalf, where like in L1 R2 L2 R2 or L1 R1 L2 R2, like in the games, like and he has like a bubble around him, and you just go like. Gandalf, when you soup him up, is so heckin' OP, nothing can get through. Like, I mean, zero. Like, again, in the cheat codes, and I don't know if that, no, it's not Two Towers. That's Return of the King, the video game on PS2. L1, R1, L2, R2. Like, you press him really quickly, he goes like this, like da, 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 da. A ball goes around him. You just go towards the enemies, and just his shield damages them. It's insane. He's so OP. So he'd be great. You know who I think is really underrated? I think it's Theoden. I think Theoden, like, because, like, who does Aragorn go to? Like, how are they, like, almost rescued? They almost die in the Battle of Helm's Deep, but Theoden comes down with, like, an army of 2,000 soldiers with Aragorn, and it's like, Gandalf, first light on the first day, look to the east. And then oh my god, it's so heckin' epic. Theoden, I think, is really underrated. I would love it if they give us like a Wormtongue NFT, just so we could kill him in the Veve-verse, just so we could just constantly stab him. Sorry, I just want to be able to go and be like, do you feel lucky, bub? And just constantly just stab Wormtongue. He's like the Jar Jar Binks of Lord of the Rings. Nobody likes him. I hate him. Gandalf then Gollum. That'd be cool. What's up, Brendan Z? How's it going? Tamak Paul says, Peter Jackson, Weta Studios, all New Zealand-based Connect the Dots. Also, games, the Lord of the Rings trilogy is my Stuck on an Island movies. Those they're so good. Like there's so much to in each scene. It's incredible. Funky Cold says, is the partnership legit? Well, they do have MGM partnership. I mean, MGM is owned by Amazon, but again, Veve does have a partnership with MGM. Before Veve announced a partnership with Disney, they had a partnership with Marvel. So, yeah, it is a legit partnership. Justin says Tolkien NFT stat. What's up, Dino Lang? Egg gang, egg gang. Wow. 3GP Media says, in love with Toriel. I'd trade to be again. So there's so many. Eowyn would. I honestly, Eowyn over Arwen. Arwen is a good horse rider. You know, she cool, she chilly. But Eowyn just, with the blade. Oh my God, Aragorn should have ended up with Eowyn. She's just, perfection. I just like blondes. I just like blondes. Now, don't get me wrong. Liv Tyler most likely looks like her mother, but she is fantastic looking. But yeah, Eowyn is just that. She's my bae. Like if I had the choice, like with Arwen, like yeah, Mother May I. But if I had the choice, oh Eowyn. But then again, you have Kate Blanchett as she's honestly even in Thor Ragnarok, she's still so good looking. Like, oof. I'm sorry. Moving on here. VV Vibe says, I think Harry Potter is just more lighthearted and whimsical and quirky than the gritty realism or race and politics of Lord of the Rings. It definitely is for the first few movies. Like the last two movies, Harry Potter gets dark. It's like, I remember some parents like formed like a coalition. And this is before she got like canceled for like a zero reason whatsoever. But anyway, they go to J.K. Rowling and say, listen, like a lot of our kids really like your books, but you know, your book's becoming too adult. Can the next one be not as adult? And J.K. Rowling's like, the fudge out of here. I'm gonna write what I want. And it's like, oh, J.K. Rowling. Yeah, the last book was pretty hardcore. The last two, but definitely the last one, and the last two movies, a little racy, a little hardcore, a little. But you know, it had to be like these kids are like fighting a war. That's what I love about it. People underestimate kids so much. They really, really do. And kids just, you can't. That was it back in the day. Just like us against the world. No, granted, Harry's like the chosen one and all that. You know, he's got his friends, but so here's something that I did have an issue with, kind of, is that the for Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, you have what's supposed to be like. They're not just random muggers. Like, these aren't just random bad guys. You have Bellatrix Lestrange. You have Lucius Malfoy. You have, like, some bad people. Now, they're not in their prime. They're middle-aged. You know, they're not, like, 30 and, like, you know, just absolutely can just smoke everyone. But, you know, they're not old. They're in their 40s, maybe 50s, and they can do stuff. But, you know, they're supposed to be the baddest people on the planet. And they can't take on, like, a couple of kids. They're in high school. Now, again, I am the first person to tell you that kids are super underrated and they can 100% do more than you think that they can. Why? Because I was like that. People used to underestimate me, and it got to bother me, like, get the fudge out of here. But, you know, like, at the time, you know, I don't care how good you are, 15, 16, 17, most likely you're not going to take on anyone in their 40s, maybe that's true. But again, if a bunch of kids can take them on, I guarantee you there's like a bunch of aurors that are like in their early to mid to late 20s that could just smoke all of these people from the Black Order, like the ones that they have in Voldemort's army. But they don't have that. A bunch of kids have to do it, and it's like, ugh. You know, anyway, I digress. I'm talking too much about this. But yeah, you're right. Harry Potter, again, you start with kids. Like, there really aren't kids in Lord of the Rings. So, you know, it does take a little bit of an adult vibe because, you know, kids don't see themselves in any of these characters. The kids might, like myself, I saw myself, you know, while I was reading the books, I was growing up and I was school age, and I could picture myself in Hogwarts. Hey, I could do this. This is what house I could belong to. This is what I can bring to the table. You know, in Lord of the Rings, you don't really have that. You have, like, you know, like if you're like 13 trying to take on these like 28, 40-year-old men. You're just not going to do it. You can fire a bow and do whatever, but it's really hard to see yourself in those movies when you can see yourself in Harry Potter because you're around that age. But yeah, so definitely a lot of girls like more Harry Potter as well. Viva says might be my girls like them more. Could be wrong. True. Dino Lang says Harry Potter would be so cool. It's like 30 billion. Oh, dude, Harry Potter's insane. I would again. I got this from Harry Potter World. One of my best friends, Jill. I love. We went to Harry Potter World a few years ago and miss that place. I miss her. Alan says the movie Tolkien is pretty good. I haven't seen it. Dino Lang says I need to watch it. Dino Lang says I need another movie recommendation after Fanboys from Chavez. Told you it was so good. Dino saying hi to everyone. Vivi Vibe says at Dino Lang, what's up? That was a long trip. 3GP Media says read the Tolkien books in the 80s. My first PC was a Commodore 64. Nice. Justin says what's up, Dino? Egg Gang. Rob Jones has been watching so many Lord of the Nerds videos on YouTube lately. Good, very good. Alan says I have an old Hobbit cartoon on VHS. Oh, that's old school. It's old school. Dino Lang said it was fun and chill. Thanks for asking. Vivi Vibes, good to be home. I'm so glad you liked the Fanboys movie. I think of another movie that you might like. Spencer Confidential was really fun. My girlfriend. So Encanto, I just finished. A lot of my older friends, like that have kids or they're just older, they didn't like it the first time, but then they watched it a couple times with their kids and like, okay, I grew on me. I like it. I liked it. There was a couple things that weren't answered, and it's like, wait, so what happened? Like, I'm so curious to see, like, there's got to be a second one, because again, a lot of the questions that we had weren't answered in Encanto. I was like, that kind of pissed me off about it. But two of the songs are really good. One song is about when this really jacked girl talks about how like the weight of the world's on her shoulders, like, feel you, fam. And the other one's called We Don't Talk About Bruno. Like, you've seen it on TikTok. We don't talk about Bruno. I've sung it on my Patreon member shoutouts. You've seen it there. Milham's my man. What's going on? Says can't wait for tomorrow, dude. I can't wait either. I don't think I'm gonna be live for the first one, the comic book in the morning, but I will be live for the second one. Obviously, that's going to be, at 3. That I'm gonna be like, gonna go live for that. That golden moment. Can't wait. Is there a correlation between the Rams and crypto? I don't think so. Rams says the addiction is real. It is. Justin's getting the Disney drop. I hope so, brother. Legolas says, bro, we are talking in-depth Lord of the Rings. Heck yeah. Legolas is literally so cool. The Gandalf will always be my guy. Literally best character. They're both great. Like, I love every single one of them. All these characters are so fantastic. They're so well done. They were, like, perfectly casted. I can't wait. I'm trying to think if there's any other, like, I was going over deals before in the, oh jeez, I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry guys, I have so much stuff going on. I haven't bought any, well, that's a lie, I bought a Secret Rare Loki if we get a Secret Rare Loki that goes down to like, 1,400, maybe I'll get it, but, I just bought one at 1,600, I know there's one at like 15 something right now. Alright, it's up to 1,600 again. I can't do. Oh, there was a common Loki for. I'll show you guys. It was go to the gem transactions. There was a common Loki sub 100 for $269. I was like, what? Yeah, it was. I don't even think it says. It doesn't say it, but it was from a guy named Pisno. But for yeah, he sold it for so little. I was like, oh. I just happened to check it, and minimum the Loki's sub 100 should be like $450, and it was like $269. I was like, that's insane. There's another one for 600. It's not undervalued. It might be properly valued, but that's about it. I wouldn't buy it right now. And then the other one for the Loki, let's say Ultra. And again, trust me, I've been looking for lots of deals. Ultra is at 210. Yeah, the sub 100s on that it's not good. Captain Carter might have taken a pump. I haven't checked it yet though. Oh, she's at 358. Not bad. Oh, Claire Russell Griffiths, you're selling yours? Why are you selling yours, girl? Um, yeah. So she might. I mean, she's already pumped a little bit. There's no other Doctor. There's no Doctor Strange one. We could get a Doctor Strange though. America Chavez. I wonder if a couple of people were mistaken, like the Shield, for Captain America. Oh my God, the secret rare is down to 3,200 for Captain America. He's so cheap. He's so cheap. X-Men Storm. Let's see what she's at right now. Oh wow, she's 15. She was at 14 something, but she's at 1,500 now. All right, moving on. Jared's house. This is poo. Interesting. Needle Answer, bro. That scene of Legolas you just described was incredible. Dude, it was so good. All of those scenes are great. Video Mods, are you serious? Will you get Lord of the Rings? Well, it makes sense. You know, they have MGM, and MGM, owns Lord of the Rings. Dino Langs, I think he's just theorizing, kind of. M says LOL 39-2. Max Browns is coming into this conversation with no context. Oh, was that when I was going crazy with Legolas? As this Pikachu would knock Legolas out with a quick attack. I don't know about that. Depends the level of Pikachu. Depends which one. Does he need some eggs? BV Vibe says, just hope Lord of the Rings show doesn't make Galadriel a generic action heroine and puts down all the men around her, or they're heavy-handed with the modern politics. Both of those will ruin it for me. All right, agreed. Yeah, I don't think, like, if they do to her what they did to, like, Mystique in, like, X-Men, where they're like, okay, well, maybe we should be called X-Women since the women are the ones saving all the men around here. And it's like, you literally just got your ass saved, like, the last scene. Like, you cannot... I can understand it if they built it up that way, where, oh, hey, yeah, Mystique just saved all your butts. But they didn't. They didn't do that. That scene, like, if they were to do that, like, okay, cool, you did it. Like, in not Lord of the Rings, in Avengers, where they had, A-Force go out there, all the women go out there, like, oh, that was heckin' cool. Because that just happened to work out like that. But in X-Men, when they tried to do that, it's like, oh, yeah, maybe we should call it X-Women. The movie did not support that at all. If you want to do that, fine. Make it where all the women are making all the right choices and all the men, like, in their storylines are not cool. But they did not do that at all. That made so little sense. And they just tried to get, like, political points. It was like, I could picture all the feminazis be going, yeah, women. It's like, that was the wrong hill to try to die on. Sorry, I don't know why I'm going crazy tonight. I have so much heartburn. Oh, God, I forgot the Tums. Gopher gave me Tums. I forgot them. Oh, man, I'm going to have a rough night. It's going to be a rough night. All right, moving on here. Dino Lang says, Randy, you need eggs in your life to be lamentarys. Randy, hype AF right now. I was very hype. I was just, you cannot talk to me about Legolas without me getting hype. You just can't do it. Top Dog has been listening to you for 9 months. My wife's getting jealous. I spend more time with you than her. Dude, there's so many people. There's a bunch of my friends' kids just subscribe to me. There's like, oh, you have a YouTube channel? Yeah, the real Randy Chavez. And I did say that I was family friendly, which most of the time I am, but I guess I did curse. I said donkey a couple times in this one. Apologies about that. I swear I'm normally not that bad, but sometimes I am. Depends if I drink or not. Moving on. Lang's laughing at Top Dog. Crypto, can you talk about coin circulation or Omi burn? Yeah, sure. So Crypto wants to know about this. 312 billion. I was telling my friend Dan this before. 312 billion Omi coins can ever be in circulation. That's it. That's the most amount. And when most of these top 10 cryptos are going to be multi-trillion-dollar cryptos by 2030, again later in the decade, and you have what? Omi will be in there because there's only one crypto that's attached with Disney, at least right now. Disney might come out with their own. Maybe they might not. I don't know. Again, they have a set roadmap. They check with Akomi. Hey, here's a roadmap. Can you perform? And Akomi's like, yeah, we can. And every now and then, Disney will throw them a curveball. And they say, hey, can you do this? Like the Valentine's Day drop tomorrow. And yeah, they can do that as well. So when you have... Right now, all of the burn is coming from the reserve wallet. But in the future, when we have Omi to NFT, all of the burn will come from the circulating supply. So we'll take that 312 billion circulating supply, and that'll slowly dwindle until eventually they can go and burn that. And And again, if we have a $2 trillion by the end of 2030, I think is not conservative. It's not crazy. That's very reasonable price. That's my base case. It's not my, and it's not like my uber bull case. It's not like my golden goose scenario. That's my base case. Um, I think lower, even at $1 trillion, that if we have 200 billion OMI at that time, well, that's a $5 OMI. If we're only at a $1 trillion market cap, if we're at $19 trillion behind Ethereum at that time, which is probably gonna be $20 trillion market cap, then you have a $5 OMI. So this is why I say $10 OMI is very reasonable. It's not outside the realm of possibility at all. At all. Again, we'll definitely get that in the 2030s, but I think by 2030 we can have that. Moving on. And again, that's just because we're going to have so much things burning from the circulating supply. All of that land, even if the land was, only part of it, gets burned. You take that land, and what do you need to put on it? Let's say you want to put a weather vane on it. Let's say you need furniture. All of that's going to come from Veve. That's going to come from their, high mint stuff. They're going to make like 100,000 of those, so 100,000 people can have couches and beanbag chairs. It's going to be Animal Crossing in the virtual reality, in the Veveverse, and I cannot wait for that. Moving on. Jared also says, end a joint. Terry says, someone give this man an aspirin. The joint. It says, and a horse tranquilizer. This says, we can hope there's a virgin egg burrowed under those dishes. Justin is waiting to meet his master. The laboratory says, give the man Randy a quid NFT so he can chill out. For a second, I thought that meant Quaalude. I was like, oh, okay, but yeah, all right, that's fair. Vibe says Gandalf convinced Eomer to show up to Helm. Oh, it was Eomer. It wasn't Theoden. Theoden was the king. I don't know why I confused Theoden with Eomer. That is 100% my fault. Eomer, he's the dude that was in Thor Ragnarok also. He was the guy who's like, meet Tex and Ash. Lord of the Rings has their fair share of strong female characters, Arwen, Galadriel, and Eowyn, to name a few. Agreed. Dana Lang says, one can only hope. Tylo says, Randy, what's up, Tylo? Justin, give me those eggs. Brownie says, want shards of Narsil display. Oh, the Nazgul? Dude, the Nazgul would be legit. Like, because there's only 9 of them. Because there's one for each, I forget what they ride. Yeah, the ring race. Yeah, there's one Nazgul for each ring wraith, and so there's only be 9 of them. That'd be pretty epic. They'd essentially be almost one of ones. Those would be really cool. Justin's laughing. Justin's dabbing. Dino says Randy got Egg Gang hyped. Bobby Green says good energy too, brother. Love to see it. Much love to you guys. Says Randy, how much to put an egg necklace around Dashy's neck? How would you put an egg necklace around that? I gotta figure out. There's a couple people I thought I was gonna see today at the Super Bowl. I just didn't. I've talked to them. We'll see. Analyze Randy. How many nerddoms do we share? Lord of the Rings 2, Harry Potter, separate nerddoms stream. Yeah. We'll get into it. I guess next stream. Next stream we'll do it. Adago says, evening, Randy. With the Doctor Strange trailer, zombies running multiverse, maybe having the first appearance, Zombie Hunter, Spider-Man with Strange Cloak. 1 + 1 + 1. Just bought 2 Zombie Hunter. What's your thoughts? I figured they would do this at some point. Oh, I got a buddy of mine says, yeah, it could be lucrative. I just worry about massive centralized authorities moving into and trying to exert influence over decentralized assets. Not so worried about Disney. I think it's a scummy company with its current CEO. Disney, really? But more worried about the likes of Facebook and Twitter. All right, so this, and this guy is talking about. So my friend Arya, who started making Veve videos, and this guy Mercenary says he's worried about centralized authorities. He's not worried about Disney, but he does think Disney is a scummy company with its current CEO. That's so weird. But more worried about the likes of Facebook and Twitter. That's really interesting. What would be a good answer? He's got a point. Massive companies trying to influence Veve. I mean, yeah. I'm trying to think of a good retort to that. companies can dictate when the NFTs are released, but after that, it's the consumer that can do what they want with it. Yeah, that's a good one. I forget what I was talking about beforehand. When we were going, oh yeah, the Zombie Hunter. Okay, all right. Let me get to the Zombie Hunter here. There's reasons why Marvel and Disney and Veve do everything. But let's see the Spider Hunter one, Zombie Spider Hunter. Wow, that ultra rare is at 815, really low. The common Zombie Hunter is 173, which is interesting because the common Zombie Hunter Spider-Man is a first appearance. It's a big statue and it's $173. The Marvel Mighty's non-first appearance Spider-Man is 155, so it's not that far away. It's not that far off. Let's say the Zombie Captain America, 359 for the ultra rare is not that good, and then $60 for the zombie. Oh, that's so interesting. I like I said, I like them. That'd be really cool if we have a mini game with them. John says we actually need an egg NFT mine house stat. What's up, Capo? Says Jesus brother looking clean. Oh, why thank you. I'm trying my very best. Digital Sniper says shh, we don't talk about Bruno. Those says I got told to watch Powder. I watched 3/4 of it. Made no sense so far. I haven't seen Powder. Dino Langs and Kanto was fire. A lot of people I was just hanging out with, they said that it was okay at first and then it really grew on them. I guess I like the two songs and yeah, I like it so far. Well, was as hype with Lord of the Rings. Don't forget Toy Story Lightyear movie looks great. That also. What's up, Azuka versus Azuka? What's going on? Energy has to go on. Just says you got to stop your stream for the drop maximum Wi-Fi connection. I can't do it, man. I can't do that to people. They need to go over the drops with me. Like it needs to be, even if I don't get another drop because of that reason, people like doing the drop with me. So I gotta do it with them. DeFaro says completed with the DeLorean set. Bought Ultra Rare for $780. They're back over 900 now. I love this game. Critter Boy says, can you talk about Omi circulation over? I did. Tyler X says when exchange. Probably this week at some point. I would say this week we'll get it. So I got another text message saying if you haven't seen this one yet, oh Jesus, Woodstock. Oh, is that dude got a load in his pants? Oh no, I don't like this. What is my friend sending me? Oh my god, I'm pretty sure this dude's got a load in it. Oh my god, I don't. All right, so, oh god, imagine that's going to later send and then later finding this on YouTube. This is, oh my god, they are messing around and not good. What is this? Oh, it's Smeagol. It's literally Smeagol. I just farted. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, what? This is so weird. Like, they're dancing in muddy water. I don't know what festival. It's Gollum in Woodstock in 2014. So anyway, for the people that I'm gonna ask y'all to smash that like button on my stream. I think that would be pretty great. Okay. I saw Gollum. All right, moving on here. Yeah, so Tyler X exchanges. Hopefully, we get an announcement this week for one of them, and then we get another one the week after. Energy just bought yesterday another 2.5 million Omi. Get that bread. Just says, are the people with 5G hitting drops? I don't know. Maybe. No problem, Crypto Boy. Tyler X says, when Gate IO can deposit? I don't know. I don't use it, so I'm not sure. 3GP Media says, liquidated some crypto, trying to catch up to the real Randy Chavez. Get it, brother. I hope you do. Hope you surpass me. Sean Garacy says, what's up, Randy? What's going on, Sean? BV Vibe says, they ride fell beasts. I think the Ringwraith and Nazgul names are interchangeable, I believe. Really? I thought the Nazgul was the... But if they do ride the fell beast... All right, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm an idiot. D-Line says, Disney current CEO kind of stuff. Oh, all right. I didn't know. I don't really know him that much. Alan says yes. Justin says nice. Watch Any Bros Randy just thought a seldom mentioned IP that could blow. Peanuts. You mentioned Woodstock. Oh, that's a good point. Um, so I've been losing so many bets to my girlfriend. Like we would bet on things, and I'm down like hundreds of dollars to her. One of them, this which we didn't bet this one, but they were talking about Joe Namath. Like I thought the original Joe Cool. Like oh Joe Namath, Joe Cool. The Super Bowl. So they're talking about other things like Joe Namath. I think he won Super Bowl III for the Jets, and they had I was like, oh, the original Joe Cool, and then I was like, no, it's not. Like Joe Cool's like Snoopy. I was like, yeah, I thought he was like after like Joe Namath though. Like Joe Namath came first. Like you want to bet? I was like, no, because the last bet we did, I lost like two Murmur Cornrows to her. I was like, no. So so yeah, I did not win that bet, but yeah, I looked at and Joe Cool from Snoopy, like he was the original Joe Cool. I was like, all right, I didn't know that. I didn't think the Peanuts were around till the '70s, but little that I know. So yeah, moving on. Milestone Rant says selfishly want one more good dip with Omi to get the bags loaded before takeoff. Yeah, I kind of do also. Because they play Lord of the Rings music when he comes on camera. Oh my god, I'll look after stream. I showed Gollum on stream though. That's great. That's amazing. Oh my god, I can't believe someone edited that. All right, Earth 2 is support ticket, so thank you for letting us know. On a reminder, what emails previous. Okay, previous withdrawal. So I had like a withdrawal request like a while ago, like months ago. They did not do anything for it. And finally, Earth 2 got back to me. So I was a little disappointing, but I digress. Also, Dr. Prophet literally has 43 secret rare Spideys, in case nobody knew. Pretty epic. Justin says, did Peanuts get canceled? I don't think so. I think the guy just died. Dennis Rodman's laughing. The Line says, what's the spicy NFT drop mean to you, Randy? Well, so I think one of four things. The NFT drop that they were mentioning, that's spicy, the end of this month. And tomorrow, Veve described 2 out of 4 spices, like two chili peppers out of 4 chili peppers. So what is coming at the end of the month, in Veve's point of view, is 2 times better than the golden moments tomorrow. And again, I have three things. I have four scenarios, but 3 scenarios are I'll go over first. These 3 scenarios are either going to be they're either going to be other Disney drops like Simba, like the '90s Renaissance era. So that could be one. Which again doesn't really go with that because Donald and Daisy Duck are like the oldest, most popular. But anyway, I digress. So that could be one. Another one could be legit Star Wars NFTs like Luke, Leia, like Han Solo, like Chewie, like Darth Maul, like that. All right, so that could be another one. I guess in that same breath with Star Wars, you could say that it would be a. Oh, excuse me. Book of Boba Fett, like Mandalorian, Baby Yoda, like those things that could be in with Star Wars as well. And the third one, Pokemon. So again, I'll go over 4 scenarios, but that third one goes along with what could be 2x more positive than the golden moments where you have one of the Fab 5 in there. It's really just Pokemon. That's it. And the 4th scenario is that Veve is not explaining that well, where this golden moment that we're getting tomorrow or almost today is only 50% or only half as cool as something else that we're getting. So that it could be wrong. It could just be talking. So those are the 4 scenarios that I think that's what that means to me. Dino continues on, and he says, to me, Boba Fett, more Black Disney or Marvel characters like Princess Tiana and oh yeah, that could be Black Panther. That'd be legit. Dennis Robbins, he just heard me fart. Roby1 Kenobi, thank you so much for the comment, the thumbs up. Joshua Tron says, WTF, he has 43 Secret Rare Spideys and 350 Waltz. How stacked is this guy? Apparently he had he's like an old school Bitcoin collector. Like he understood blockchain when nobody else did, bought a butt ton of Bitcoin. It's just, dude spends like 6 figures just because he's bored. It's insane. Judson says, I hope exchange. Same. Shadow NFT. There's 2 more drops, not 2x more hot. LOL. Trust the Discord mod here. All right. Interesting. D Supreme says MLK statue for Black History Month. That would be insane. Shadow NFT says 2 more NFTs, I guess I should say. Orange Bag Lady, what's going on? Says, good evening, fam. Oh my days, 2 times as big as what's coming tomorrow. That's how I'm reading it, but apparently Shadow NFT is a Discord mod and says it's just 2 more drops, not 2 times more hot. So maybe I'm reading it wrong, but I don't know. Watch Henny Price's fifth scenario is major exchange. Well, we're definitely getting exchanges. Like we know we are. So I'm not really but maybe that could be part of the announcement. I don't know. Digital Sniper says there's a 323 ultra rare Harley Quinn for $80 above floor price. If anyone interested and has gems, nice. Double C's, I think it's 2 more golden moments, not 2 times. That'd be great if it was 2 more golden moments. What would we get? I don't know. Oh, Reese just retweeted something. If you see this tweet, I hope you get a golden moments. Have a nice Valentine's. Oh, that's nice. Energy says OBL, love you. I love her too. We all do. Justin says better St. George Floyd NFT. I don't know about that. Abe has been 10 and says, hey Randy, what shirt do you wear now? I'm wearing my Boo shirt that says, don't look at me, because when you're looking away, Boo chases after you, but when you look at Boo, Boo's like, don't look at me. It's so adorable. That is what I'm wearing currently. Digital Sniper says, I think spicy drops will be either Tapatio or Sriracha. Fair. SAAT Gaming says, hi Randy, I love you brother, but I feel that Pi mining is an MLM pyramid scheme set up to farm data. R2 looks a bit meh if it was 100% on VV, as those other 2 lower credibility. Well, because this is what it's just my channel. This is just what I'm doing. I'm not giving financial advice. Pi doesn't ask for money. So there's zero pyramid scheming there, because again, they don't ask for money. They're not saying, oh, hey, give us $5. But then if you get 10 other people to give us $5, you get $10 and you double. They're not doing that. It's just, you're just mining Pi. You're just mining that crypto. And Earth 2 is, honestly, as it stands right now, Omi has already done a 200x. Earth 2's crypto has not come out yet. The Earth 2 crypto has more potential than Omi currently, because it hasn't come out yet, and they will get a Binance listing for their Essence. So I am, and again, out of everything I sold for Veve and Omi, which is pretty much everything, I did not sell Earth 2 because of the potential that has. That is how good they are. And I sold Tesla, and I sold Pokemon cards. So yeah, Earth 2 has a lot of credibility in my opinion. Orange Bag Lady says, okay, got you. This will be interesting. Appreciate you, Randy. You still have the best intros of all YouTubers ever. Oh, thank you so much, OBL. Thank you. That means a lot. We have to get you. So what I was supposed to have an Orange Bag Lady on the podcast like 2 months ago, but if you guys remember, that was the time when I got sick, and I was sick, and I had to keep on rescheduling. So Orange Bag Lady, we'll do it sometime next month. We'll get you on the stream. Can't wait. 3GP Media says, Randy, are you invested in other projects? Just Earth 2. That is the only other project I'm invested in. And Earth is not like a ton. It's not like, it's maybe like 30,000 total in there. Maybe like 35,000, give or take. Because I do have a lot of Essence, like 32,000 Essence. Between the Essence, the money I have in there, plus the other, I would say about 30-something thousand in there. But that's the only other project. Tamar Steinberg Says, I just took a look at Amazing Spider-Man 798 Ultra Rare. I do believe that is the first appearance of Venom digitally. What are your thoughts? Because it's dirt cheap. I just picked up 129. Again, comics are not my specialty. Um, I would say you have to talk to Sleep in Comics or Comics and Crypto for that. That they would be a much better person to ask for, people to ask for the answer. Tomorrow saying just took a look at Amazing. Oh, Derp just read that. R says, Randy, can you help me get a VV light sign that the creators always have in the background? I have one over there. I just don't have a place to put it. And again, if I never asked for anything or expected anything, and they just Reese just messaged me one day like, hey, give us your info. I was like, yeah, I'll send stuff here, and I wouldn't know how to. Maybe if you just go and just constantly create a bunch of content, and like the only reason I have as many subscribers as I do, some people, at least enough people like the content, but as I have a whole bunch of time on this, like again, typically in January, I was streaming for like 6 hours a day. That's like a cheat code. When you go and you stream, you get more people to watch your stuff each day. It helps the YouTube algorithm. So with other people that want to try to get that, you just have to create so much content. And you'd got to do it for months, years, and I don't think it's worth it just to get a light. Do it because you might have a unique perspective on something. Do it because you might have good information, and if what you say has value and people enjoy what you do, then do it. But if you're gonna do it just for a light, just pay for the light. Just my opinion. I was hoping to get done before this, but I got another Patreon member shout. I can't believe I wrapped the first part of this video. That was insane. You were everything that I wanted. We were meant to be, supposed to be, but we lost head. Of my memories so close to me just fade away. All this time you were pretending, so much for my happy ending. Oh, oh, oh. Everyone, check out at HateOfVidana, at King Mavs Forever on the Twitter. You got Standoff Chart and King Mavs over on the Veve app. Kobe Collects, Only Player 1 on the YouTube. Also, people on the YouTube are Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Golden Assets, Putin Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Tabs Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Charles Barkle, Veve Darkling, Cavell Anderson, and Veve Vibes, all over on the YouTube. Powers of X #1 over here. Kobe Collects down here. Got at what was Veve and Gary L at 1234CA3 on the Twitter. Got DerekBrad.com/pages/Veve-photography and WoundedWarriorProject.org. Y'all should go to. Henry Pagu says, didn't cover, but Rams won. Nice, Pags. Mark Adams says, yo, Randy, do you have Veve plan on account? Do you know how Veve plans on accounting for 30% app store fee on all gems purchased? One gem equals $1. Going to be a big hole for them to plug when cash out happens. I mean, they're going to have a fee to help with that, plus all the fees in secondary market. And again, not everybody's going to cash out for, all at once. With the amount of new people coming in, you have, millions of dollars going into this each day. I don't think that many people are going to cash out. And if they are, great. And again, the only reason we have so little money going in is because we can only have up to, $350 per transaction going in from Android, and up to, I think, $600 from Apple going in per transaction. So some people that are, when Omi goes to the moon, or even if it doesn't, even if like some people say, oh, hey, guess what? Now I can put $30,000 in at one point. Boom, they're going to do that instead of buying gems. So I think that will be almost a wash. People cashing out and people able to go in. I think it'll be pretty much a wash. Because again, I'm not going to cash out. If I would cash out, it's not going to be to fiat. It's going to be to Omi. Plus, other countries are going to have that you can't cash out to fiat. Obviously, it's not all of them. It's a very small minority of them. But there are some other countries that you have to cash out in Omi. So, yeah. Moving on. Andrew Pag says, have a good night. Good luck tomorrow with the drop. Thank you so much, Pags. Wes says, why do you always want to box everyone? I don't. I mean, it's just, that's just something. I'm not good at too many things. I am good at, hand-to-hand combat, pattern recognition, and apparently I'm a pretty decent kisser. So boxing is one of the things that it just seems fun, and again, I'm very good at it. It's so, do things you're good at, and probably won't lose. We got Orange Bag Lady says, "We will get it done, dude, for sure. Looking forward to it." Okay, question: what Disney villains will you be pumped to see? So I was talking about that on my stream last night with Justin Pierce and Steph Celentano, the two former Disney employees. She says Scar, and I touched on this last night. I really want to touch on it again. There's a Instagram page called Nature is Metal, and this was brought up by Jordan Peterson in one of his lectures when talking about cruelty and how animals can be. He hears like, oh yeah, I hear animals can be cruel all the time, and they kill the young of their own species. And they do. They're savage. Lions will come in and not only kill the other male lions, they'll kill the offspring. So that, yeah, it's insane. But if you take a look at humans and what humans do to other humans, all that is like when in the animal kingdom, if you're dying, it's over relatively quickly most times. But with humans, you can torture a human for years, and it is not good. It is not good at all. So when Stephanie said her favorite villain was Scar because he actually killed his brother, he killed Mufasa, albeit not by his own hand. It was manipulation, and it was it required some high level functioning, high level thinking. That okay, well, I'm not going to kill him because then other people know that it's just a struggle for power. I'm going to cause a stampede and have like the antelope kill him, or wildebeest, however it happened. And which I give props to Lion King. Like they showed the body. It's like, oh my god, this is hardcore. But if you look at the stepmom from Cinderella, look at those eyes. Look at the stepmom from Cinderella. Look at the eyes, and look at how Cinderella lives. Like look at the Dursleys and Harry Potter and how they say like, yes, Uncle Vernon, I'll be in the cupboard beneath the stairs pretending I don't exist. My God. Look, the stepmother from Cinderella treats the two other daughters with like everything. Like literally treats them like they're almost royalty, and treats Cinderella like she's nothing, and just the type of emotional, and you're pretty sure that she got physically abused as well. Even if if most of it was just mental, but and that goes on for years because she's what, like 16, 18, 20 something, like fudge, man. Yeah, Scar might have had this evil deed, and maybe he killed someone that lasted what, like I'm not sure he died in like a minute when he fell. But this woman tortured this little girl for years, like her whole childhood, throughout her teenage years, and maybe she's 20. Like Jesus, man. So she goes as my top villain, the stepmother from Cinderella, because that is like Maleficent is apparently the most powerful, but to torture another human, like my God. So Orange Bag Lady, that is, I know it's a long-winded answer to your question, but that is why. Dane Martin says, when talking about low additions, I'm assuming most times it's a 6-month minimum hold for any kind of real exponential gains. I have a sub 220 Elsa. ROI is less than buying 2x floor at that time. Yeah, a lot of these are long-term holds. A lot of anything, hold it long enough. If it's a good thing, like again, when Elsa went from like 5,500 to like 3,800 the other day, well, like nothing changed about Elsa. It's just some people wanted to try to, chase those waterfalls and chase those green candles. So they sold some of their golden moments, they sold other things in order to have gems ready for this golden moments, that we're having in, 15 hours. SAT Gaming says, fair play, mate. I look into Pi and it just didn't sit right with me. I know a lot of people really like it, but I feel it's set up to mine your data. Even if it does, like what company doesn't do that nowadays? Just as at West donate the 500. Vivi Vibe says, what point do you think new users coming to Vivi would be no longer early to the platform? 20 million users, only to NFT, Viviverse, accepted on a worldwide scale, only $1 when Todd flips Russo. I think they're still early to get in now. I think they will no longer be considered early when Disney starts advertising either at their parks or on Disney Plus. Once that happens, then you are no longer early. Then you're getting in there with the crowd, and at that point it's just skill on, hey, which one's going to moon first? Yeah. R says, Orange Bag Lady is so beautiful. I love watching her videos. You know, R, she does have some great videos. She is amazing. Tamara Steinberg says, thank you. Sean Gill says, what's the most you would be willing to pay for Donald and Daisy tomorrow on the secondary market? I don't know. I'll definitely pay 2K for it, but it's probably going to be more than that. 2,500 maybe? We'll see. Justin, give me those lips. Firestone Rans, I think many people don't need cash now. Inflation means you want to keep money working for you. If I sold something, it would be to try to make more moves in the app. I think this fear is overblown. I think so too. Firestone Rant says the people that cash out won't have meaningful VV bags, generally speaking. That's a good point. Mark Allen says, interesting, hasn't heard that idea before regarding cash out. Makes sense. Banks operate the same way. Only an issue for banks when there's a run on them. That's a good point as well. Well, it says people don't need cash until it becomes available. Yeah, it's also true. It says many only put money into crypto that they aren't afraid to lose. Also a good point. Orange Bag Lady says, yes, dude, these villains are deeply twisted in a very subtle way. They convey and disguise it well in Disney film. Absolutely has adult tones. Her eyes are piercing and terrifying. Wonderful answer. Thank you, Orange Bag Lady. That means a lot. Legacy T says, DC just had a massive announcement in a commercial on Olympics. Says DC 2022, 4 major movies. Nice. Well, you have the Batman, that's not in the DC EU. I don't know what would be. They make a Green Lantern movie, maybe. They're probably gonna have that movie with Flashpoint, right? They're gonna have that with Michael Keaton as Thomas Wayne, or he's gonna be the old Batman. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be epic. Legacy is Aquaman, Flash, Batman, Black Adam. Oh, Black Adam would be great. All right, guys, that's it for me. I gotta bounce. Thank you so much for joining. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. I'll see you tomorrow for the Disney drop. All right, love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. So...